So this is the pattern paper. So what I have here is, so from this part I minus out 7 inches. So this part, let's assume this part is the shoulder line. So I minus out 7 inches. So that's what you're seeing here, 7 inches. From that 7 inches, I measure a bust point. A bust point, 11 inches. This is the under bust, and this is the waist. So the upper part will stop at the waist. Then from that waist, I'll cut out the flare for the bottom part. So this is the bust, under bust, and the waist. So the next, I'll take the nipple to nipple measurement, which is nipple to nipple is 8 inches. So I add half an inch to it to make it 4.5. That means 8 divided by 2, 4. Then I added half an inch to it, 4.5. So I'll rule it all the way up. So the next thing, I'll take my dart, half inch on this part, then half inch on this part. Then I'll connect it to the bust point. So this is what we have. So the next thing, this is my under bust. I will come up here by 1.5. Remember, this is the center front, 1.5. Then I'll connect the under bust to that point. I'll connect the under bust. Then what I have, the distance from this under bust to the bust point, I have 3 inches. So I also mark the 3 inches on this part. And so I'll measure 1 inch on this part, the center front. I'll mark out 1 inch. I'll mark out 1 inch. Then on this part, I'll measure out half an inch. There should be, this place should be half an inch, like this. So I'll connect this 1 inch to this half an inch. So what I have, the distance I have from this bust point, which is almost 4, I'll place it here, then add half an inch to it. Then I'll connect from my under bust line, connect from this under bust to this point. Then I'll just connect it up. I'll connect it up like this. Remember, this is a different kind of corset. This is a corset with gathers, so it's a different kind of design. So this is what we have, as you can see. So the next thing, I'll place my bust measurement on this part. I'll place the bust measurement, then I'll add extra 1.5 inches to it. Another bust measurement is 35 inches. So I'll place it here. Then this dart that we have here plus my 1.5 inches. So I'll be adding 2.5. Then I'll do the same thing for the waistline, which is 9 inches, 36. Then I'll add the dart that we have here and my 1.5. So I'll add the next thing I'll do now is to connect. I'll connect the lines. So this is what I have. Then this line, this 1 inches that we have here, I will extend the line. Then I'll also extend the bust line up like this. So this is what we have. So this dart on this part, I will not be using it because I'll be doing slash and spread on this bust area. So the next thing I'll be doing now is to cut out. So first of all, I'll cut out the side. Cut out the front. I'll use it to cut out the back. So I'll rule out my zipper line. So I'll rule out my zipper line. I'll cut out what I have for the front. So the next, I'll mark out the dart line, which is 4.5. I'll rule it all the way down. So remember, the distance from the front and the back is not the same. The waistline for the front and the back is a little bit different. So on the back line, So on the back pattern, I'll measure out 1 inch to shape the back. So this 1 inch also help to prevent bulge. Then on the zipper line, in order for the zipper to relax properly at the back, I will come in here by 1/2 inch to shape the back. Then from this edge, I also measure out 1/2 inch. So I'll connect from the zipper line to this 1/2 inch to shape it. Then from here to this point. So this is what we have. So this is the neckline. You can decide to come down by 1 inch and just shape the neckline, but I'll be leaving mine straight. The next thing I'll do, I'll cut out this. I'll mark it. This is the upper part. This is the upper part. So this is for the back. So this is for the back. Then I'll be cutting out the front. So I'll start from this 1 inch. So this is what we have for the front. And this part will be on fold. Then on this part, I'll be slashing it open. So on this cup part, I'll slash it open. I'll just rule a straight line. So I'll write it. This is 1, 2, 3. So I'll slash it open, as you can see. Then I'll take my glue and glue it on the plain paper. So I'll glue it down. So the way I'm doing it is to create the gathers. So I'll just leave out 1/2 inch all the way around. I'll leave out 1/2 inch, as you can see. So this is what I have. So this is what I'll be placing on my fabric to cut out. So I'm done cutting it out on my pattern, and I've also cut out the lining. So the next thing we are going to do now, you can see I added 1/2 inch up and down. So you can see that's what I did. So the next thing is to join. And this is the bust pattern. So I'll open it up. Then I also sew this part. Then I'll do the same thing for the back. So I'm done sewing, as you can see. I've sewn the front, and also this is the back. So the next thing we're going to do is to join this part to this curve, as you can see. So remember, this part is the center front. So I will not be placing gathers on this part. So I'll start my gather, sew it like this from here to this point. Then I also sew my gathers on top of the fabric like this. I'll do the same thing for this and also for the lining. So as you can see, I've already drawn my gathers. So the next thing I'll do, I'll draw it out. And I added my stay to it. So I've drawn the gathers, the lower side and the upper side. So the next thing, I'll take my lining. I'll sew the center front. I'll sew it all the way down. Then I'll sew the upper part, leaving just the lower part that will be attaching to the dress. So I'm done sewing the upper part and also the front, and I've sewn both sides together, the lining and the fabric. So the next thing I'll be doing is to sew. Just the way I sew this part, I'll place it like this, and I'll sew it all the way to this part. So I'm done sewing the two parts, as you can see. So the next thing is to use my lining. So I'll sew it like this all the way around to cover up this rough edge. Then I will iron it.
For the lower part is a flay, so you fold it in a flay form, measure out the waist, then measure out the length of the your measurement, then you cut it out. Then I'll be using the front to cut out the back, so I'll be leaving out just zipper allowance, then I'll cut exactly what I have for the front.
So I'm done joining everything together. I've joined the cup, I've joined the side also, as you can see. So this is the zipper side. So this is the zipper side. So the next thing to do is to attach the flay to the top of the dress. So I'm done attaching the lower part to the upper part, and I've gone ahead to fix my invisible zipper. And I've also hemmed the lower part of the dress and also the slit. So the next thing I'll be cutting out is the sleeve. So for the sleeve, I'll be using this fabric for the sleeve. So this is the amount of fabric I have left. So I'll just manage it for the sleeve. The length is 10.5. So I'll manage it for the sleeve. And the width, I have 14.5. So around sleeve measurement is 14 inches. So I just double the measurement. Since it's a puff sleeve, so this is what I have left. So I'll just, from this part, I'll just measure down 2 inches. Then I'll just shape it like this all the way down. So I will open it up. So the next thing I will do is to sew. Then I'll fold this part like this by 1/2 inch. I will fold it in a way that this elastic can go through it. And I'll also fold this part. Around sleeve measurement is 14. So I'll minus 2 inches out from the elastic that I'll be using on this part. Then I will just put an elastic on this upper part. I'll fix the elastic that I think will be enough for the shoulder. Then after that, I will join both sides. After that, I will join both sides and attach it to the dress.